Two big things happened this week. Simon announced that he had finalized the purchase of Hytale back from Hypixel Studios, meaning that now he is in charge of releasing it, and he announced a release schedule alongside a price, but also a Minecraft developer just revealed.
We'll have an official post on Minecraft.net that's going to explain what the new version numbers will be.
We know this announcement is coming soon because Minecraft Java has its last update in the old system in pre-release right now, and the Bedrock equivalent has either gone through its last preview or is about to, which means we're about to get the brand new version number and the announcement that comes with it. I am very excited for that, and the entire Minecraft community wants to see what this is going to be, and a lot of people seem to agree with Soft Cactus 9388, who believes that the major version number, if it's not going to represent major updates anymore, should now represent the year that something comes out, and so 1.26 point whatever should be the first drop of 2026, and so on and so forth. This is a great idea, but here's the big question that many people want me to ask here. Is this going to be enough for Minecraft to win over Hytale? Is Hytale going to provide significant competition to Minecraft? Let's talk about it today, because hello, I'm AbyaXToyCat, and this is QnA Saturday, the weekly series where I answer all of your big questions about Adidas, about Copper Armor, and indeed about the big new Upstart game, which I guess we should start with if we're going to explain the Hytale versus Minecraft thing that's taking the internet by storm. And so let's start with the Hytale side of the story while I show you some of their newest gameplay. So here's the deal with Hytale. It originally started development in 2015 by the Hypixel server people, and in 2020, after a massive applause from the community from their first trailer, they sold to Riot Games, who spent $100 million, and after burning through all that money, they never released anything and just decided to shut down the project. However, after shutting it down, Simon from Hypixel, the original founder, offered them some money, way less than that $100 million, to take the game back from them, and they said that yes, Hytale is not some polished AAA release waiting in the wings. It's messy, it's janky, and there is a lot of work to be done, but his plan is to get it out as soon as possible. And so the game that went from being a meme of spending so much money and never releasing is now going to release no matter the cost very, very soon, and this has many people wondering, ooh, is this going to be the legitimate competition that Minecraft needs? Like Frogmouth2 says, I think that Hytale is going to be competition, that's for sure. Vintage Story already exists, and interestingly, both of these games do look like Minecraft mods. The Candyman is correct. This is because they were founded by studios that like Minecraft, but want it to be that but different. But what's the point? What's the difference between Hytale and, say, just playing a Minecraft mod? Well, interestingly, they have a lot of shared heritage. Hytale just announced this week that if you want to make things for their game, it will be inside of Blockbench, a popular Minecraft modding tool that the marketplace likes to advertise. So these same tools can be used to create for both games, and Hytale is hoping that it can be better in enough ways to take over. However, I think, to be fair and cynical here, this comment from the Mega Zero says, wait, so Hytale is going to release unfinished? Well, it's gonna have to be free then, right? I'm hating the passiveness of people buying unfinished projects and saying, it will get fixed later, no big deal. Like, no bro, I'm not buying a buggy mess. Well, here's the bad news. Hytale has just announced that their price will be under $30. Hytale have just announced that they want to release very soon, and that it is going to be in an unfinished state. And so if you want to buy Hytale, it's going to cost you more than Minecraft, and it's going to be substantially less finished. And I know at current time, that is an impressive thing to be able to say, but that is just the deal you're going to get if you want to play Hytale. So that is the situation with Hytale. It's very, very exciting. I'm following it very eagerly, but keep in mind, it's going to release broken and fix itself later, which I would have previously said is like a game, a deal breaker of a situation, but actually, that's just how modern video games release. And so although everyone is under no illusion that this will somehow be the Minecraft killer, is it going to be able to meaningfully compete with Minecraft? Well, that's the big question that I think is an interesting one, and let's look at the Minecraft side of things to really understand the other side, because CN901 says, remember that corporate roadmap for the next few years that got leaked a while back? How's it holding up in terms of accuracy? So it was at the start of this year. I remember I was on a boat as I recorded the video, but the roadmap that got leaked looked like this. This is it cleaned up by Caramelcraft, thank you to them. But you can see, looking at this roadmap, that actually they nailed it. There was a drop in spring, summer, fall, and the holiday. There was the Minecraft movie that then released in streaming a quarter later, and there were 2 Minecraft lives, with the Minecraft Villager Rescue getting an expansion. Next year it's going to be heading to Denmark, among amongst other places. So actually, interestingly here, you can see that the Minecraft leaked overview was perfectly accurate, except for what it missed. It guessed that there would only be 2 brand collaborations, one in Q1, one in Q4, which does match the Hello Kitty and then the, I guess, the Dragon Ball Z brand collab, but it misses all of the other brand collabs. The reason that I think this is an inaccurate roadmap is because of the fact that it misses so much, and that's kind of funny, that the only thing that this very meager leaked overview missed is all of the extra brand collabs, as well as working with Dragon Ball Z. Just in the last 3 months, there's been a Superman DLC, there's also been Adidas, they worked with them twice this year. There is so much co-branded noise that is coming out of Minecraft, and so if you wanted to look at this map accurately, you'd have to have a lot more diamond blocks, but you could argue that missing, like lying by omission is not the same as lying, or indeed being inaccurate by omission is still not the same, and so the place where we'll know if this is accurate or not is when the new game, Minecraft Spicewood, launches next spring or not. I think that if they were going to be releasing in spring, you'd expect to see a trailer by now, but honestly I think that given Minecraft's previous games, it might be best to just release it into the wild. However, the fact that we're not really expecting to see a new game next spring, and the fact that we're not now expecting a major update next year at all, and these little drops will just kind of be there, kind of tells us where we're at. Indeed, I've seen multiple ideas saying, hey, shouldn't there be a new second, stronger version of gold that exists between iron and diamond? I've also seen the idea of rose gold, but the fact that these are viable ideas that Minecraft might genuinely pick up is a sign of where we've gone. Instead of revolution, like we saw with the Nether update and the caves and cliffs, now Minecraft drops are super frequent and they keep up the community's hype or whatever, but they are very surface level. The number of people who are using the shelf right now, for example, despite it being basically vertical slabs, is proof of just how much Minecraft has gone from being a game that everyone, used to be excited for updates because they would change how you played the game, to being a game where it's like, oh yeah, new drop came out, I'll play with that content at some point, I guess. This is a major fall for the game, and I think it could be one that has big issues in the long run, because the outside perception definitely seems to be that Minecraft is resting. Nate Miller here's left a comment that some people agree with. The last patch was 100% AI. Imagine being so incompetent you have to rely on a faulty first generation AI to do your job. And here's the thing, I think that if we're starting to use AI as a synonym for bad, which I totally get. Like, a lot of people on the internet can't distinguish between written by a machine and just poorly written by a person. We have so much bad quality content on the internet, it's just multiplied a lot because of AI, but I don't think the last update was written by it, but the fact that someone would say that, yeah, it's equivalent in quality to artificial intelligence kind of shows you both the level of AI and the level of people's expectations of Minecraft. I think that this is a problem for Minecraft, and I don't actually see what the solution for this is. While they are committed to so many big projects, that is to say parity is a major goal, that is to say that they want to release brand collabs every, month and a half, or even more frequently than that, while Minecraft is focused so much on being the corporate edition of Minecraft. Speaking of being the corporate edition, I've got a leaked image of the next Minecraft update out here for you right now. Wow, look how much better it looks. They finally fixed our biggest problem with the menus, but more seriously, I would also like to take this moment to respond to Julian Fitter 832, who says, are you pronouncing Adidas wrong on purpose for comment bait, or is that just how it's pronounced in Britain? This is a fun example of what you might call US defaultism. Fun fact, did you know Adidas is a German company? Das is a German word. It is pronounced Adidas there. It is pronounced Adidas here, and it's pronounced Adidas in most of the world. I have no idea. So, again, some random words just get lost when you send them on the sea to America, and one of those is Adidas. I have no idea how that comes out of anyone, anywhere, but yeah, at this point, it is worth asking the very important question, which is, wait a minute, Toycat, I understand what you're saying, that, like, Minecraft is resting and this game is coming to overtake it, but if we're being real with ourselves, there's no chance that Hytale actually ever gets close to Minecraft, and I do think there's a really good point here that, yeah, Minecraft is a game that works so well because it has this giant massive players behind it. It is very high. It's called the network effect. If you want to make a competitor to iPhone, then good luck doing that in the United States, where people are really obsessed with their blue bubbles and where they'll shun you for not having the really expensive phone. Or if you want to make a competitor to WeChat in China, good luck doing that, because everyone in China uses that for everything from payments to messaging to whatever. Once something becomes entrenched enough, you can never really get it out, and And that's why I think it's interesting to talk about drops and how they're actually negative for what might be a core part of Minecraft. So here is a comment from Austria is the best. I don't know why this is a super light screenshot. It's just, I took it on my phone late last night, okay? But they said, "Dog, I didn't even know there were spears in the game till now." That's how Austrians sound, I'm pretty sure at least. But they didn't even know there were spears in the game, and they're really excited that like, whoa, yeah, I get to stab things with it. This is a great example of how like, yeah, to the average player, the drop system is really good, but actually to the average modder, it's a nightmare. Every single time a drop releases, it causes huge issues because, you know, like a lot of fundamental structures will change under there. And so what you might end up seeing happening is a lot of these people will move to the very creator-friendly system. Hytale has ridiculous editor functionality. You might see a substantial part of that community move. And so here's the question: does Minecraft care if they lose some percent of their Minecraft Java modding player base, you know, the part they're not modding, or do they see that as the most serious part? You know, do you want to have the enthusiasts, or do you want to have the major mass market? I think that we're definitely going to see Hytale pick up that small enthusiast market of creators and of people ultimately who just want a more moddable game, but is that going to be enough? Well, honestly, yes. For Hytale, I think if they sell anywhere near the amount of just under $30 a pop, I think selling anywhere near enough copies to make back their purchase price, they're probably happy already. Making more than that enough to make this a worthwhile use of time, even better. But ultimately, unlike Minecraft, which needs to make billions a year to look like it's not a failing company, Hytale can run much leaner and so can be a much more niche game. It's only going to be on PC, it's going to be specifically for that hypermodded side, and so although people would love there to be a war between Minecraft and Hytale, I think the only war is going to be for the creators. I think for the average player that's on an Xbox, a Switch, or a phone, you can't play Hytale. I think for a PC player who's not interested in modding, then are you going to spend money for an extra game? Maybe for a bit, but are you going to stay there or will you come back? It is the creators and the modders that bring value to a lot of old games in the long run. The classic examples from Steam would be the Counter-Strikes and the Team Fortresses and the Gary's mods of the world, and so it does seem as though Hytale knows this because they have a whole modding strategy and status set out. So it's been said already they're going to take 0% of any mods that you sell for their game for the first 2 years, and they've also spoken about how important it is to have a good community for this and to make sure that you'll be able to make server plugins, data assets, art assets, and all the sorts of major things that they hope you will do. But they specifically say right here on their website that they have a long-term vision for modders because in the long term, their goal is to provide a comprehensive suite of tools and services that allow you to flourish in Hytale regardless of your starting point. They want new modders, experienced modders, and they want people to blur the line between playing games and creating games. This is the success that the Robloxes and the Fortnites and the Minecrafts of the world kind of are having, and it's very interesting to see them coming for Minecraft, but in this very niche way. But yeah, I want to reiterate one more time that Minecraft will still be the best-selling game of all time, by some wide margin. Minecraft will still be the popular game, but hopefully this is a reminder that the way that you support creators is not by doing a billion co-branded packs, but instead that Minecraft actually needs to both build that up and, you know, seriously compete and work out an update system that works for creators as well as for the users. And can they do that? Well, 2026 and maybe 1.26 will be the time where we find out. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed this more nuanced take. I know there's going to be a bunch of hate comments because people don't like listening to more than 6 words they don't like without having to leave a comment immediately, but I hope you found it to be a decent look at Minecraft versus Hytale, alongside, while along the way, answering some of your big questions. You know, I never got round to this one about the Nautilus. MLG Gamer, that is my point that I make so much. I think that Minecraft drops feel very surface deep because so many big issues just don't end up being addressed, and I really hope that whatever we see come in the next version system, that it is a really good improvement, but that is coming very soon, this week or next one. Keep your eyes peeled to Minecraft.net or this channel. You know, let's be honest, a lot of people prefer YouTube videos to reading. I think it's nice. You can't read while you do the dishes unless you have 2 pairs of hands. But if you have 2 pairs of hands, then you're playing a weird Minecraft mod or a Hytale one. Okay, goodbye.